Alright, I got Webb here with me. He's gonna help me build this ore washer I made such an atrocious job of making over there. Now, how much of this do I need to cut out of here?
So the ore washer footprint is 4 by 5 by 4 deep. So I've marked that out with the ice slabs here, and it'll go all the way to the wall. So we'll start under here.
Alright. Junior's gonna flip a lid when he comes on in the morning, tearing up his floor.
I'll put it back. Actually, now that I think about it, it is 4 tall, but we only have to dig down 3 levels.
Okay. Man, you're almost as bad with that shovel as I am with my diamond drill.
Yeah, I tend to enchant things once I get the ability to.
Alright.
Okay, so the way you want this set up is uh, we're going to line this back in with redstone.
Okay.
So 4 across there, assuming you can put it on that substance. If not, break it and replace it. I'll just use that as a marker. Ah, great. Then it goes up a level here.
I got regular cobblestone, man. We can.
I'm in a nice mood. We can use this.
Okay.
And there.
So now you want it up here?
Yep. Now, here we have 2 teeth that just go out. We need to put redstone on both of those. And they feed into what'll be a solid block with a redstone torch on the back end.
Okay, so. This here and this here.
Yeah. And I put another redstone torch behind these blocks. And this inverts the signal.
Okay.
Or at least it would if we were using.
Solid blocks.
Yep. So.
Here, we'll put cobblestone there instead of dirt.
I'll put it down first and then you break and replace.
Dirt breaks too easy. Come on, where's the hitbox for that torch? There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we got inverted.
Okay. Might as well go ahead and replace all of the ice.
Oh, okay. Grab all my redstone off of here. I'll throw your ice back at you. There you go.
Alright.
So we need cobble here, 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 and there. Redstone on top of all of those.
Yeah. Now, what you'll notice. Oh, wait, let me have you put these 2 blocks back.
I was gonna say, do you have 2 of the torches? Because.
Oh, yeah, I do. Let me put those underneath. Okay, so if you come back here, you can see we have 2 torches underneath, a block on top, another 2 torches, and that inverts the signal.
Okay.
We don't need any redstone on top of these at the moment. Now, one thing you'll notice if you look over where I'm standing right here is the redstone is circling. It goes up, back down, and around. We don't actually want that to happen, so if we put a block on top of this redstone, it will go ahead and break that circuit. Now, if you use a half slab, it does not. So you have to be sure you're using a solid block there. At the same time, you want to be sure that you're using a solid block when you go up a level, as it runs along the side of the block, just in case you're trying to use any half slabs anywhere.
Okay.
So after it goes up one level, we go up one more, and we have 2 redstone. And then from there, we start looking at where we're keeping everything. So first off, you want a dispenser here in between the 2 redstone torches facing up. So it'll point into where the cauldron's going to go.
Alright, sorry I had to go grab the dispenser, so I didn't see where you said on top of the torches.
In between the torches, here where the ice is.
So here.
Yeah, break the ice and then put the dispenser down.
Okay.
And then you need to put 1 dispenser on each of the redstone torches facing in.
Oh, on the redstone torch. Okay.
Yeah.
Pop this one back out. And that there. That there.
Okay. Next up, we want to put the cauldron here in the center.
There's that.
So the way cauldrons work is, depending upon how full they are, they'll put out a redstone signal of 1, 2, or 3. That directly relates to how far it will travel. Since we want to pull the signal out, we need to use a comparator. So we'll put the comparator here in front, facing outward. Now, the original design was utilizing a redstone dust here, but I realized I really would rather have a kill switch of some sort. So instead, we're going to put a sticky piston down, and it can push up a block that will act as the basically where the signal goes into. So yeah, just like that. But in order to control that, we need to place another block with a lever on it. So we're going to stick that here. And when you turn that on, it'll power the redstone right underneath it, which you'll need to place. So that grabbed the piston. But now remember what I was talking about. If you have the loop here, it screws things up. So we need to place a block here to block that redstone signal, and one on the other side as well.
Okay.
I just got myself trapped, so let me go through the other way.
Now, this black granite brick, it's a solid block. Can I switch this out for that?
Yes, you can.
Alright.
You can do the same on the lever.
Okay. That there. Pop that out.
Okay. Now, the only thing left for the actual signal should be 1 redstone repeater facing towards your bookshelves, and then 1 redstone repeater facing into the comparator.
So that way and then this way?
Yeah, you got them flipped.
I always do that. I hate repeaters. Okay, so this way and that way.
Yep.
Do those need to be switched or?
No, that's correct. And we want to leave it at 1 tick.
Okay.
So
and
now
this does need to be on subtraction mode?
No.
No.
Just leave it as is.
Okay.
So if we turn on the flip the lever, it pulls the block up. So when there's water in the cauldron, it comes out of the comparator into this block, which pulls it with this repeater. It feeds back in to create a loop, so in case there's still water left, it'll continue trying to fire. And the other signal goes down here and feeds back into the dispensers.
Okay. And now I'm stuck because the shelf's in the way. So basically I can fill my floor in and put my water in.
Yep.
And is there
Now,
any spot I gotta be that I can't put? Let's see, there's no redstone here.
the only thing is you want to have a half slab here and nothing here, where it's got a redstone signal going down.
Okay. Can
Now,
you put...
technically speaking, in your design, because it's actually down a level, you can just put a solid block here at this location.
Okay, so I can put this... Oh, can't do that one. That one.
And then this one here. Now, I would suggest using a half slab here so that you have access to your dispenser for filling it.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can just fill it however you like. I tend to do just a half slab across this back end, like that, so that you can have your water along this back wall.
Okay.
And if you don't like the way that it's currently shaped, if you'd rather have your dispenser and cauldrons and stuff up a level, we can certainly do that. But it's up to you.
Alright. Where is my bucket?
Now, I have some ice, so I can just put that down.
Oh, okay. Just thinking... Can you put slabs over that redstone right there if I make...
No, it basically is the entire block, so you have to have this redstone visible.
Oh, okay.
The other design got around that by covering everything up, but unfortunately, it didn't allow you to get into that last dispenser without using a hopper, and the hoppers would drain from the top hopper or from the top dispensers. So it really only fired one unless you had them all full. So that got a little annoying.
So how do I get to that bottom dropper? Am I gonna have to...
Well, I think you got a little high here. Oops, that's going to break something. Yeah, we went just a bit high on this back end. What we want to do is have it so that this is a half slab, which gives you access to the dispenser.
Okay.
And to be perfectly honest, I think it'd look a little bit better to pull it up a level. If you want to give me just a few moments, I can pull everything up and put it back down.
Okay. I'll stand up here and watch what you're doing.
Okay, I'll do a quick rebuild and explain it as I go so that we can be sure everybody knows all the steps.
Okay. This is definitely a lot more complicated than the one I was making. I was making the one dispenser
Oh, yeah.
design.
It works well. It's just you do still have to wait for it to tick. So this works a little bit faster.
Hmm.
Let me see here.
Have you looked at the Red Logic redstone that they have in there?
I did. I tried using it, but it just wasn't quite working for what I liked. It has some advantages, like you can have it go up the side of a wall, and it has some of the circuits just built in. But say for the one we're working on right now, at least in what I could find, there wasn't one that would have specifically helped. We're looking for a comparator that goes out and then feeds back in and creates a nice loop in a small compact package. And unfortunately, it seems that there's no real reason to go with anything other than the defaults. So,
Alright.
Alright, so first we start out with a pattern like this. We have redstone leading down, which will then feed into these two sections here. These are where we're putting our first set of torches. We then need to have another stone on top of each to invert the signal, and that's what is feeding our dispensers. We want to be sure that we have a solid block on top of this redstone so that the wire over here does not feed back in. And I'm realizing now that the shelf may actually have to come up on this bottom layer, since the redstone will have to go there, and it technically takes that space.
Okay.
So
That won't be a problem. I can just move the shelves to a different wall.
now it's only that one shelf that should be an issue.
Well, I'll just move all my mold shelves over to behind here later on.
Okay. With that redstone coming out, we got another block here, another piece of redstone, and that feeds into a repeater. The reason we have the repeater here is because we're going to have a comparator come out of where the cauldron goes. It sits on top of a dispenser here in between the two redstone torches. And it's going to have a dispenser on either side. The reason we're using 3 is that the cauldron's water supply can wash 3 dusts at a time. Put the other repeater heading out, and that creates the signal going down and then creates the loop coming back. We're going to hop back down real quick and put a sticky piston down. Hopefully pointing up this time instead. And then we want a piece of redstone to power that. And we're blocking the signal from those around it. Since we're back on ground level, I'm going to replace those with the fancier brick that you have. So there.
Yeah, I like those because mobs can't spawn on them.
That is nice.
So I want to talk to Axel about changing the iron and copper over to the GregTech, so they'll have that nice ingot instead of looking like the plates.
Okay.
Because it still should be the same for like making anvils and stuff. Should still work because it's still a iron block.
Just looks wise, you want something different.
Yeah, because if you look over at the wall when you get done, that is regular iron blocks and iron plate blocks. And they look identical, just one is a gray color and one's white.
Ah.
And the GregTech ingot blocks look like 4 squares put together.
Okay.
And we could do the same thing, because see, this is the GregTech copper plate, but the copper block looks just like this bronze block, just more of a copper color. And we should be able to change that over, because I don't think there's any recipes for that. The iron one's the only one I think that really has a recipe for it. I guess the gold does for notch apples, but I don't see too many people making notch apples.
Yeah, probably not.
We have plenty of gold to make them, but
Do you have any more of the black granite bricks?
yep, I got 13 of them.
Let me have those. Alright. I'm going to make some half slabs real quick.
Alright. We might have to use a Bissell, or you may have to use a saw to cut them.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how to make a half slab off hand.
Well, technically you can't make a half slab. You can make a slab.
Okay.
A half a slab would be a quarter of a block, not half a block.
Well, let me go with a slab then. Not seeing how to make one of those either.
Let me grab some abyssal slabs. I got some of them now. Let me see if black granite will work.
This is black granite.
Yeah, but there's regular black granite that's not bricked.
Oh, I gotcha.
Nope, it does not have a slab version either, so. Thought he had some abyssal already cooked up, but it doesn't look like it. Let's cook some real quick, won't take but a sec.
So when you get a moment, I'm going to have you come over here. You might see what it's doing.
Alright.
So I started to fill things in the back here. And started going a bit haywire.
How many how many slabs do you need?
6.
Oh, okay. This won't be the same color, but it'll be close. Oh yeah, you got it going nuts.
So this is why you have the separation. If you look down here, you can see that it loops back. And when I hit that stone, it's still broken because it's feeding into itself a bit too fiercely. But if we disconnect it, place that there. Oh, of course, something's gone weird.
Bet the server's loving that tick rate right there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey, it stopped.
Well, it took it out. I accidentally have created a monster down here. So let me put that back. And there's something feeding into it.
Shouldn't be anything redstone wise up here to be feeding into it. The only thing I have that has a redstone signal is my thermometer, and that ain't even set to do anything, and it's way over here.
Well, the way it's doing it is exceptionally weird. Oh, I see what I did. I accidentally had the redstone torches in the wrong spot.
Oh.
So, move those up one, and that should resolve that issue. Okay, so let's see. Need to put a sticky piston down there. We add the lever here and turn it on. That works a lot better. Now I should be able to fill in everything down here so you don't get random noises in the night.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Anything. It's also a good idea to fill in the bottom area so that on the off chance the dust goes flying, it stays kind of where you wanted it to. I've had dust just go into one of the cracks down here before and get lost until I go and dig it up, so something worth keeping in mind. A little bit of aesthetics here. And down here, just replacing the block so that it looks uniform all the way down. Okay. So if you're a water, do you have those half slabs?
Yep.
Or slabs, as you keep reminding me. We put 3 down, or 4. Let's go with 3.
I got more I cooked up down there. I can go get more.
No, that's alright. And
you need more brick?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more black granite bricks.
Do you believe I still have some down here?
At least 6.
Okay. Black granite. Oh yeah, I got 40 of them left.
Okay.
I think 40 will work.
I would hope so.
Unless we're redoing half the floor. I think he only used 2 stacks for the whole floor.
Okay. Let's line those down there. Put down your ice. Portable bucket. And let's give it a test. So, pull out a bucket of water, fill the cauldron, and that feeds through. If you have the water in the cauldron and you don't want it to tick endlessly, that's what the lever's for. Push that down, cuts the signal.
Okay.
Up, and there we go. You fill each of the 3 cauldrons equally, or sorry, each of the 3 dispensers equally, and they all fire at the same time into the cauldron. If
Okay.
you run into server-side lag, there is a chance that it will not use or fire all three, or something will get caught weird. You might get back the unwashed ore, which is why it has the loop in there, so it'll fire a second time. So you might end up getting some unwashed ore back in your inventory, so always be sure to double check for that. But for the most part, that's all there is to it.
And now I just basically stand in the cauldron and keep filling it.
Yeah, I tend to just circle around until I get there, because if you look from here, you're looking directly at the water center.
Oh, yeah. Alright, that'll work.
There you go. And looks like really all you need to do is just maybe take one of your racks and move it over, and you'll have all your tools and stuff where you wanted them.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to put them right here on this wall, because it's just my molds that are going to be in the way. The tools can stay up there. And actually the tools, my workbench is over here, so I might just move them over here too.
Gotcha.
I'm not a real stickler for where I put things. I just put them wherever look like the good idea at the moment. There wasn't a whole lot of thought into why I put them there. I still say I got to put a sign right here that says, "Hey, stupid, turn around and put your hazmat suit on."
Yeah.
Junior caught me today. I was standing up here tossing stuff in and actually had no armor on, and he like goes like this and shifts and walks right up in my face. And I was like, "Shit, you're right. I gotta go do that."
Yeah, Axel actually saved me just earlier today because I was standing up here just looking at his thermostats and the setup and how to replicate it, because that's where I fall flat, is on the electrical edge. And he just mentioned, you might want to get off the cauldron, and right as he said that, I started to run and hit once. I went from full health down to half a heart and nearly scattered myself all over the thing.
Oh yeah.
And that was only 1900 Kelvin. I regularly have it at 2450.
Axel just reminded me that was very low temperature.
Yeah. Yeah, I have killed myself many times and almost killed myself more times than that because I'll leave this armor on instead of my hazmat on, going out mining and then coming in and not changing my armor.
Yeah, I tend to just go at it without armor and hope for the best, to be honest. Oh, one thing of note here for your garage door, at least with the carpentry pressure plates, you can set it so that only players can interact with them. So you can just line it all the way across both sides and just run in and out as you please.
Well, the way I figured it was I don't really need 3 because I got plenty of obsidian, so it's not that I was being safe. It's just I figure the chance of you walking directly through here and not at least hitting one of those two is pretty slim since the road is this direction.
Gotcha.
You're not going to be walking from here in. You're going to be walking from here or here, so you got to really attempt to do it to really miss it. See, you're doing it every time. You're turning right around. See, I cut it like this.
Yeah, just the way I tend to turn, I hold back a little bit to kind of almost swivel instead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm glad you came over and helped me build this thing, so didn't have such a mess.
You're welcome.
I didn't know that the carpenter pressure plates could be set to player only, or I wouldn't have even suggested we put the Obsidian mod in here.
Yeah, the Carpenter is rather nice for that. It also allows you to set like the doors to act as if they're iron doors or wood doors, and their beds can be like you can combine two beds into one, and if you click on it with the tool, it'll change the skin on the bed, stuff like that. There's a lot of interesting features with that I haven't really explored as well.
Yeah, the only thing I really use from Carpenter's blocks is the garage door and the regular doors. I love the regular doors because they open together.
Yeah, you can set it up so that it will open together otherwise, but people just find that annoying. All you have to do is dig down one level below where the blocks that your door stuff is on, and put a line of redstone, just 6. And when you step on the pressure plate, it'll light up the redstone underneath, which will open both doors at once. It's much harder to do in regards to if you want to have a button or something like that. But if you're just using pressure plates, it's just a matter of having an empty space underneath with redstone.
Okay.
If you find anything else that you're manually doing that you think might need some redstone love, I can give it a shot. Nowhere near the best. Not even close. Like, seriously, still learning. But it's not too difficult for simple stuff.
Okay. Can't really think of anything offhand, but if I ever do, I will definitely let you know. And while you test that out, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So, everybody, have a good one.